Hey guys, it's Lady Raven, and I'm here today to do the product showcase. This is not actually a live since this video will be uploaded for you guys. I'm out of town Monday and Tuesday of this week to pick up a family member that arrives from my home country of Brazil in Atlanta. So I'm very excited. But I will not be here, and I did not want you guys to go without a video. So here we go. So these are the items that I selected that are going to be based on the conversation we had today, or yesterday, excuse me, on the video lesson that I posted on chamomile. And so these are all of the things, remember we talked about that chamomile is a great herb for protection, for purification, for relaxation, meditation, all of that. And I wanted to make sure that we didn't use a lot of the crystals that we've been kind of using over and over again, because a lot of these crystals have multiple purposes. So I try to select very different things than what we've used before. And so hopefully this will help. So let's get started. Also to keep in mind, you can shop from this video all week. Any orders you place can be private message to me on Instagram or on Facebook. Or if you're at the Wild community, you can also message me there and tell me what it is that you're interested in. And you get a 10% discount, and all orders in the US will ship for free. So that's basically how that is going to go. So if you have any questions, just private message me and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And if you want to see closer pictures of each piece, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. As you'll notice, I don't have a grid anymore, and it's because it seems like we don't have a lot of interest in crystal grids, so I kind of dropped all of that, and I am going to no longer have a crystal grid, which opens the space for more products. So, all right, so let's get started. So the very first item that I have for you guys here is actually one of my favorites. So this is Larimar. And for you, and I don't know if you can see, but this is super high quality, gem quality Larimar. We really lucked out at the gem show, not this last one, but the one before that. And we got these pieces. They are, as you know, Larimar is not super cheap. So this one is 152 grams and it's $2.95, and it's AA2, which means it's the second highest quality gem variety of Larimar that exists. And you can see how beautiful the colors are, and these are basically ready to be cut if you want to do that, but I would just basically use it for crystal work. Larimar only comes from one place in the world, and that is from the Dominican Republic. Larimar is a crystal that has a lot of the water element, so it's going to be really good for dealing with emotional stuff. Also great for meditation, for working with your spirit guides, for just connecting with the other side. And it's also great just to bring peace and calm. So if you are somebody who has a lot of anxiety, Larimar can help you with that. If you can wear a Larimar pendant or a ring or a necklace, Larimar can be incredibly helpful in that regard. So this piece here is $2.95 for this one little piece. And as you can see, this is a very high quality. These here are just AAA grade. This one is one grade higher than that. So just as an FYI. Here's another little piece of Larimar. This is kind of more in the affordable area. If you want to have something for yourself that is, you still want to have it and you still want to work with it, but you don't want to pay 300 bucks for it. This one is $76. It's 38 grams. It's a nice little slice. I like these flat pieces because you can put other things on top of it. If you're doing candle work, you can put your candle holder on top of it. There's all kinds of uses for this piece, and also can be used as a meditation focus, which is also fantastic. So this little piece here. And finally, we have one slab of Larimar. And I have a slab like this at home that I use whenever I'm doing any kind of work to connect to my spirit guides. It's incredibly useful. It really eases the transition from here to there. Sometimes it's difficult to connect, especially if you're starting out. This will be a good crystal to start with that. This one here is a little bit bigger, still AAA, 184, and it's $350, but it's a much bigger piece, as you can see. And so you can put other crystals on top of it. The way that I use it is I will put selenite on top of this. Sometimes if I need an extra kick, I'll also add blue chalcedony or blue lace agate, and then do my meditation, my journey to connect with them, and boom, immediately I get a connection. So it works really, really well. So that is our Larimar for today, right? So this is the part of the chamomile that is relaxing. I'm going to talk about another thing from the chamomile that is relaxing. And this here is something called Caribbean Calcite. And it's called Caribbean Calcite because basically the colors are the same colors as the Caribbean. And the interesting part about this piece is that it is not grown in the Caribbean. This actually comes to us from Afghanistan and from Indonesia. And the cost of this is getting ready to get higher because anything that comes out of Afghanistan now, the cost is going to skyrocket. So I still have these at the old prices. So this is $40 for this little guy, and it's in the shape, I know it looks like toast, but technically this is a cloud shape. Now that I know it's cloud, it kind of looks like a cloud. But when I first looked at it, I'm like, why are they doing crystals in the form of toast? But that's what it looked like to me. This is going to have very similar properties to Larimar. It's not going to be as calming and comforting and as good for connecting with your spirit guides. This is going to be better for if you have any kind of emotional healing that needs to happen. It's still going to give you the calm and the relaxation, but this is going to be more for internal connection, as well as where Larimar is more for that external spirit guide connection. So this is great if you're trying to work through some trauma right now, if you're trying to move past maybe some disappointments in life, which, you know, this year or in last year for a lot of us has been pretty big. Anything like that. This, if you're just looking for peace and calm, this works great as a piece to sit on your nightstand before you go to sleep to give you that kind of more relaxed sleep. I also have these in a palm stone, and this is the very last palm stone that I have. You can see the nice and green colors on this one. And the darker colors that you see in there is aragonite. So that's kind of cool. And this one here, this palm stone, last one, this one's $30, 120 grams. And this is also the last one I have. This is actually a cute little moon shape. Look at that. Love that. And this is like, look at the colors. They're really, really light and really pretty. This is going to be very, very relaxing. This is going to be great if you're doing any kind of new moon rituals or crescent moon rituals, anything to bring you abundance, to bring you anything like that. You can add this to your altar and it's going to be very helpful. And this little guy here is 36, basically. So that is the Caribbean Calcite. Once again, this is getting ready to soar the price, so just keep that in mind. And the last piece I wanted to talk about for relaxation is basically going to be Chalcedony. Now, I know we've had Chalcedony before a couple of times, but you really can't talk about relaxation without talking about Chalcedony. It's pretty much one of the king stones for that. And so this is Chalcedony. It comes from China, where all of the best quality of Chalcedony comes from. This is a vendor that we only see at the gem show, and he does come directly from China for that. We've been buying from them for years, and the quality is really undisputed. I've bought Chalcedony from other American vendors, and it's just not the same. This piece here is $83, 184 grams, AAA grade. And once again, Chalcedony is going to have a lot of similar properties to the Larimar. However, it's going to also help you connect. Chalcedony vibrates. It's a very high vibration stone in terms of vibrating in those angelic wavelengths. So the thing that this is going to add to that the Larimar doesn't do is that it's going to also allow you, if you're looking to connect with ascended masters, or if you're looking to connect with archangels or any kind of angelic beings, this is going to be really, really helpful. So if you're interested in Chalcedony, but you don't want to pay $83, I also have this teeny tiny little one right here, which is still a nice size, nice and chunky, and the beautiful blue color, the dark blue. I love that. And this one is only 74 grams, and it is only $34. So this kind of puts it more that you're able to afford it. And then both of these are generators, so just FYI. The other piece I have, this is the very last one. This is a Chalcedony pendant, and this is basically $20, and it also comes from that vendor. It is not, it's handmade in China, so I don't know if it's actually handmade or it's probably mass produced, but every time we get these, they sell out. We bought 30 of them last time, and this is the last one that we have left. So if you're interested in this guy, it's $20, and it is silver, so it needs to be polished every once in a while. You can see the colors are changing, and I just didn't have a time to polish it before the live today because I'm trying to get everything done before I go. So if you're interested in this guy, he's $20, and it makes it even more affordable for you to work with this. And last but not least, I wanted to include this guy. And those of you who know me know that the polar bear totem is my totem, totally my jam. But the reason why I like this piece is if you are trying to work with lucid dreaming and trying to improve your abilities to astral travel or anything like that, first of all, Chalcedony is a fantastic stone for that. But bear is the totem that does that. Bear spends half of his life in the dream world. And so bear is able to easily go back and forth between our realm and that realm. And so if you're wanting to connect, if you're just starting on a shamanic path and you're connecting with the bear totem, this is a great one. This has a lot of different things that it can do that are going to be very, very good if you're trying to improve your lucid dreaming, your meditation skills, all of that. You can also use this piece as a token for bear to ask for guidance or anything like that. This piece here is $275. It is carved by hand. All of these carvings that come in, they are carved by hands. This is AAA grade. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. It's pure Chalcedony all around. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. So this one is, like I said, $275. So if you're interested in that, you can message me and say, I want the bear, because there's the bear. And so this is all of the meditation and relaxation. So the other thing that this crystal, that this chamomile does is purification. And I know we've had citrine in just about every single video, but hands down, there is not a better crystal for purification than citrine. And so this time I tried to pull some smaller, more affordable pieces of citrine. This beautiful little cluster is so cute, and it's a great piece to just have on your altar. This is a great piece to keep in your bathtub when you take a bath, if you want to have that purification energy so that you're not just cleaning yourself physically but also energetically. This is going to help. This little guy is only $29, so it's very nice little piece of citrine. It's great for small spaces, small altars, and it's also good to keep on your nightstand for dreams. It helps you to avoid nightmares, so this is another good one for that. And then I have these little guys here. These are natural citrine from Brazil. These are not heat treated, and as you can see, it's got that traditional, they sometimes look a little bit like smoky quartz when they're not heat treated, but if you look real closely, instead of having the brown hues, they really have more of an orange hue. It's like a brownish orange as opposed to this here, which is brown. I think you can see the difference now between smoky and this is the citrine. So these little guys here are $20 a piece, and they are, some of them are, this is not a generator, but I do have a few that are generators back there if you're interested in. Here's another one. This one is cute. It's got a little window right there, which is nice. It's got beautiful little piece. This works really well at the center of grids for grid work. Also another piece you can put on the side of your bathtub, and hell, you can even drop this inside the bath with you to add basically a gem elixir to your bath. So you're not only bathing in water, you're bathing in citrine, a gemstone elixir, which is another level of cleansing. So these two are 20 bucks each. I have about 6 of these left, so there's not that many left. We had a whole big flat of about 52 of them, and they're mostly gone now. So that is the purification angle for that. So now let's talk about protection. That is the other thing that chamomile is going to do for you, is going to be protection. And I selected 3 different protection crystals, and they really protect in different ways. So I'm going to start here, and this is the special that I'm having for today. So these are normally, this is black kyanite blades. Look at how pretty they are. Love these. I use these when I'm trying to remove attachments from people. They really work well for going in there and just really pulling that off. Basically, it's a gentler energy than just basically like literally ripping the attachment off. What this actually does for me when I use it is it vibrates at such a high frequency, like all kyanite does, that whatever attachment is there, it just basically lets go. and then I'm able just to pull that off my client and make sure that they don't have it anymore. So this is really, really a nice piece. You can use this for meditation if you feel that you have attachments. This is something you can pass around your entire auric system and see how it feels afterwards. So black kyanite is an excellent protection stone, and is really going to be great protection against entities in particular. I mean, it protects against other things, but it is phenomenal against entities. A lot of times this is referred to as the exorcism crystal for that very reason, because it basically, as soon as it shows up, anything negative basically hits the road, because it doesn't, the frequencies are just too different and it doesn't jive in that frequency. I love kyanite, such a beautiful stone. Kyanite is a great stone that works well under pressure, transformation. This little piece, no matter how big your attachment is, all you need is a little piece of it. It does its job. So this is something, like I said, these are normally go for $15. Each one of these blades here are $10 each. So I have I'm going to say I have a nice fat blade, and then I have a nice long and skinny blade. And then I have, this is going to be kind of like my medium blade. So if you're interested in any of these, just kind of let me know which one you want. So that is the black kyanite. So now we move into black tourmaline, and this is a familiar stone for everyone. Everybody who's in this kind of work before probably is familiar with black tourmaline. And I have two natural pieces of black tourmaline and a black tourmaline palm stone. And I have a few more of these left. These are grade A. They're nicely polished. These are $29 each. And black tourmaline, everybody comes in and says, oh, black tourmaline is the best protection stone ever. That is actually not true. So black tourmaline is a protection stone. It is a very good protection stone, but it protects by repelling. It is a high frequency stone, just like this. But this, while this is basically really doesn't jive with low vibration energy in particular, black tourmaline doesn't really give a crap what kind of energy it's repelling. It's just going to repel everything. So this is going to protect by sending things away. So this is not a crystal that you want to have if you are in sales and you want to walk around with black tourmaline. No, because you may end up repelling clients that you have, that you may want to try to have them come closer to you, and they are going to be like, ooh, there's something going on. So people generally tend to have a very weird reaction to black tourmaline. They're either really attracted to it, or they're really, really not attracted to it. So this is the natural form of black tourmaline, and grows in these beautiful crystals like this naturally. Sometimes you will have pieces of mica in with the black tourmaline. You can have a little bit of mica on this one, has a little bit. This little guy here is $28 for this chunk, and this little chunk here is a little bit larger, and as you can see, a little bit chunkier. And this guy is $35, and you can see nice piece of mica right there on the bottom. So lots of good things with black tourmaline. But black tourmaline, so protection for this is something that I would, for example, use it in your car would be a good place to use black tourmaline. If you want to protect your car from getting into a car accident, if you are trying to kind of not have anybody come to your house, if you want to just really kind of keep strangers away, you can do that. The other thing that you can do is I would not put this in your bedroom. The problem with using black tourmaline in the bedroom is because it is a high frequency energy, pretty much like selenite, and it may keep you awake at night. I also would not use black tourmaline, or actually kyanite for that matter. Well, kyanite's a little safer, but definitely not black tourmaline if you have anxiety, because this is, once again, it's a high vibration crystal. It's gonna bounce you all the way up there. So if you have anxiety, it can at times make your anxiety worse. If you have depression, black tourmaline is really good because it can lift you out of the depression. So that's a good crystal to use for that. But it's a great protection crystal. Just be careful how you use it. If you, I've seen people use it in their office. A lot of times, if they just don't want to be bothered in their office at work, if you work in a back room where you don't want people constantly coming into your office, black tourmaline will pretty much solve that problem. It will keep people away from coming into your office all the time. So it's a good crystal for that. So that's black tourmaline. The next piece we're going to talk about is black obsidian. And I wanted to show you guys, I can't even lift this because this puppy, look at the size of this. This, by the way, is a generator. It's got the 6 points on the top. Black obsidian is a fantastic crystal for all types of protection. It's also a very grounding stone. I've seen where people say that black tourmaline and kyanite are grounding. I don't see how they can ever be grounding, because because they're black, but their vibration is so high that it would not necessarily be grounding. Whereas black obsidian, that's really where black obsidian shines. It's a great protection crystal. It's great for grounding. Black obsidian basically will take all of that energy and it'll absorb it and it'll dump it into the earth. That's basically what it does. It doesn't repel anything. It just grounds the crap out of anything that comes its way. This is a good crystal to have at your house to keep your home kind of without negative energies coming in. It is going to be a good crystal to carry with you if you have anxiety. This is a fantastic crystal to protect you if you have anxiety. If you have depression, serious depression, you do not want to use this crystal. You want to stick with one of these two, because it's going to, the amount of grounding in black obsidian can sometimes worsen the symptoms of depression. So you want to be very careful how you do that. This piece here is 9.2 pounds if you're interested, and it is $250. If you live locally and you want to get this piece, I would highly recommend coming into the shop to pick it up. I don't want to risk anything happening to it. It is pretty much polished on all sides. It's kind of like that half natural and half polished piece, which I love, but there's not a single piece. The entire side is like this high quality, bright black obsidian. It doesn't have like those rough spots that some pieces do. This is once again from Mexico, and it's going to have that same seal on the bottom like this from Mexico. Here's another one, smaller piece. If you still want a piece of black obsidian, but you don't want to spend $250, you can get this guy here. And I do have a smaller one of this one, but this one is $60. This is a generator as well, same high quality from Mexico. And you can see this one has one little rough edge. And this is what I was talking about. This one here has no rough edges whatsoever. But the rough edges still doesn't mean that it's low quality. It just means that when they cut it up, it wasn't, there was one end that they just couldn't cut it, and it just remained more natural that way. The way that they create this, where it basically has this shine on it, is they basically break down the crystal and take the outer shell out of it so it can reveal the inside of it. And this would probably too close for them to reveal. It would have probably cut into the size of the point, and this is probably why that they didn't do it. Anyway, so this is another great piece. This is great to keep on your altar. Great to keep it for protection on your altar. You can keep this in your bedroom. It's great to help you sleep. If you have trouble sleeping, this is going to be great to help quiet the mind. If you have depression and you still want to keep one in your bedroom for sleep, I would recommend either snowflake obsidian or mahogany obsidian. That's what I keep in my bedroom, because I do have depression, pretty serious depression, and I want to make sure that I don't get taken down too far. So these pieces are really nice. The other thing I wanted to show you is, this is another piece for protection. This is silver sheen obsidian, and this is super high quality too. Look at this. Look at the shine. This one here in particular, since we got it, I love this shape so much because it's kind of handy. You know, you can hold it in your hands like this. This is also from Mexico, super high grade, $38 for this piece. And the shimmer that you see is for things that are trapped just below the surface of the obsidian when it hardened. Sometimes that can mean that it's metals, it's little bubbles of water, little air bubbles, or even sometimes quartz can be trapped in and can cause this image. I love silver sheen obsidian for doing ancestor work as well. I have a lot of pieces of these. Some of them have better sheens than other ones. This one's got a pretty sheen here on this side, but it doesn't have a lot of sheen. And oh, it does have sheen in the back. This one's $30 for this piece. And this piece here, actually, I may not be able to get this, but I was looking at it today, and it actually has a little bit of the rainbow obsidian here in this area. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on camera, but you can definitely see it sometimes. But this is also silver sheen obsidian. Look at that sheen color. Look at how it comes alive. It's beautiful. I have one of these in my ancestor altars to help connect with my ancestors and also to help protect them. Whenever I'm communing with them, whenever I'm talking to them, I don't don't want anything else eavesdropping on that conversation or stepping in, or any ancestors that I have that may be vulnerable. I don't want them being connected to anything attaching to them. So I keep this on that altar specifically for that purpose. It works really, really well for that. So this is silver sheen obsidian. So we've got the flat piece, we've got the small piece, and we've got the just the regular. Oh, look at that sheen. Oh my God, guys, look at that. It's so beautiful. Anyway, so this is the silver sheen obsidian. The last piece I want to talk to you about for protection is going to be Smoky Quartz. And Smoky Quartz is a great crystal for protection in terms of, it's a very gentle energy. It's not a super high vibration crystal. Anybody can use it. It works really well in the root chakra. It also helps to protect you when you are doing astral travel, is one of the things that it can do. This is a really beautiful piece. Let's see if you can see it in the light. There's a couple inclusions in there. Look at that. That's a beautiful inclusion of hematite that you can only see on one side. You look on this side, you see it. You look at on the other side. Oh, there it is. You can see it on that side too. There you go. Look at that. It's beautiful. So this piece here is going to be $39. It's AAA grade, as you can see by the color of it. This is great for protection as well. You can use this really anywhere. You can use it in your car. I like to use it in ceremony a lot. I also use this a lot of times to represent the dark moon. Whenever I do new moon work, I use this a lot. We also have these palm stones, and these are, once again, they're grade, AAA grade. Look at the clarity of these puppies. This one also has hematite in it, which is just going to add to the protection and grounding that Smoky Quartz already naturally has. Lots going on inside this one here. These little palm stones are going to be $30 each one, but they are super high grade and they're super nice. This one has a little bit more rainbows because it's got more going on in there. The other one's a little bit clearer, but both of them really good energy, great vibe on these crystals. So that is basically the crystals. So now I'm running out of time here, so I want to speed it up a little bit. I want to talk to you about the bundles, and I only have 3 bundles that I selected for today. And so hopefully this will help. The first one, if we talked about the medicinal component of chamomile, and once again, I'm going to give you my caveat again, do not use anything until you speak to your doctor, okay? Talk to your doctor before you take anything. Specifically, if you already have an allergy to ragweed, a lot of people who are allergic to ragweed can be very, very sensitive to chamomile. So be careful with that. So this is the first bundle here. This, I'm calling this bundle the Tummy Cramp Rescue. So this can help you with calming your body and your mind. It can also help you with calming cramping that you have during your period or anything like that. Chamomile also helps with an upset stomach. So this is why all of these teas that I selected are going to be doing that. So Relax and Digest tea is another one for relaxing and calming and taking it. Normally great for drinking after a meal. And as you can see, it's got peppermint and chamomile in it. So this is a great option for that. The plain old chamomile is included in there too. If you just want straight chamomile tea, you can have that. And then in that bundle, we also get the chamomile tea, which is also not only really tasty, but also helps with upset stomach in many, many different ways. And this also helps you to fall asleep. So the other, let's see which mint is in here. Peppermint, yeah, peppermint. So peppermint is in here, which is also going to help you to kind of relax. It's going to help to give a little bit of a fresh burst to the chamomile. Sometimes chamomile, a lot of people don't like the taste of chamomile. And when you have peppermint in it, it can really liven up the taste a little bit. So this would be a great tea to take before bed or to take just in an afternoon. If you want to take it before a meal, if you normally have upset stomach after you eat or a lot of stomach problems, you can drink this maybe about a couple hours before you eat to kind of get your body prepared for that. There's a lot of different uses for this also. It can also help regulate your bowel movement. So once again, make sure you talk to your doctor. And this set also comes with a mesh tea ball, and so that you can make your tea. So this entire, the Tummy Cramp Rescue set is $13. And as you probably can tell, we have lots of these. So you can just go ahead and order that and you get 10% off here. So it's a really, really good deal. So next we move to the, this is the Sweet Dreams bundle. It's another one. This is basically going to be teas that you're going to take before going to bed. So this is kind of like for your bedtime routine. So the first tea that I included is a Vina Dream tea. This is a good relaxation tea. You can see it includes chamomile in it. It does have oat straw in it, so that if you are allergic to gluten, not the modern thing, gluten's bad for me, just if you're truly allergic, if you have celiac disease, you cannot have this tea. But it does have oat straw. It doesn't really have any gluten per se in it, but it does have oat straw. So if you have a true allergy, you can't have that. So it's got a lot of things that are going to help you to get a good night's sleep. This tea can also be used for lucid dreaming if you're trying to work on that. It's got that nutmeg in there, which makes it a very nice little spice for this tea. So this is part of this package. The next we have is my very favorite. This is my favorite tea that we sell, Evening Repose. This tea, not only is it beautiful, but it tastes delicious and it really works. I take a cup of this every night before I go to sleep, and this is organic. It's got, you know, chamomile, it's got the peppermint in there, spearmint. So this will also help you if you have an upset stomach before you go to bed. But this is really a wonderful, relaxing blend. And this one also, this bundle also includes chamomile flowers by themselves. So since this bundle is to prep your sleep routine, the other thing that it includes the mesh tea bag, obviously. And the other thing that it includes is a Palo Santo for you to smudge your bedroom before you go to sleep to make sure everything is nice and clean. And then you're going to have 2 crystals in there. You're going to have this large, beautiful piece of clear quartz, which is a fantastic crystal to help you sleep. And also if you're doing lucid dreaming work, clear quartz is one of the top crystals for that. And it's going to have citrine, which is a crystal that's going to also help with lucid dreaming, and it also helps to protect you from nightmares. So if you're looking to have that really nice, relaxing dream time, this is going to help a lot. So there's that one. And so this little bundle, this is the Sweet Dreams bundle, is $26. I only have 4 of these because I only have 4 of these giant, beautiful, clear pieces of clear quartz like this. So if you want this bundle but you want the smaller pieces, I can get you that, but it's not going to be this very big piece, and it'll be the same price. So that is that bundle, $26 if you're interested. And finally, the very last bundle, this is a lucid dreaming bundle. So this is if you are actively working on lucid dreaming. So what this is going to have, it's going to have your chamomile tea, and it's going to have it in tea bags so that you don't need to put it inside a steeper. You can just pop the bag in. There's 20 bags inside each bag, and it is organic. And so this is what's going to have. These are 2 bracelets from a wonderful, talented artist that we have here, Zavia. And as you can see, I selected again the citrine and the clear quartz, both of the crystals that are great for both sleep and for lucid dreaming of all kinds. So our wonderful, talented artist, this also, you can add essential oils to it. You can see these bracelets have the little beads here. There's going to add essential oils for one of these. So if you wanted to add something like lavender to help you on your journey or anything like that before you go to sleep, these are great sleep bracelets for that. It's going to include this little bowl of selenite. Nice little bowl, and I will tell you how I use these once I tell you what the ceremony is. But it's a great one to keep your crystals, the energy in your crystals, active when you're not wearing this in here. It does have a stick of Palo Santo for you to basically cleanse your space before you get ready to do your lucid dreaming ceremony. And then it's got the Dream Spirit incense, which is you would light this and then go to sleep to it. And this is all natural. Green tree incense is fantastic. One of my favorite incenses that I don't make. And so it would help you with that. You just light this and go to sleep. So basically the way you would do this ritual is you would take a cup of your tea. You would cleanse your space. You want to drink your tea about 30 minutes before you get ready to go to bed. And the ceremony is right before you go to bed, and then you go to bed, right? So that's basically the ceremony. So you would smudge your space, you would drink your tea. And then you are going to program these crystals for what it is, these bracelets, for what it is that you want done. Before you program them, make sure you cleanse them with the Palo Santo, and then you program them. And just for those who have asked me before, our Palo Santo comes from Ecuador. It is very high grade. It's sustainably harvested, and it does have the it's approved by the Ecuadorian government, which means it's not wild harvested. You do not want to buy any wild harvested Palo Santo because the trees are in danger. You want to support sustainably harvested families, and the reason for that is because they replant Palo Santo trees because it's their business. If you don't support them and they go out of business, they're going to plant something else. And then what's going to happen is we're going to lose Palo Santo because the people who are harvesting it in the wild, they're not replanting crap. So you definitely want to buy sustainable Palo Santo. That's the best way to honor it. So Palo Santo, and then you would smudge your crystals, smudge your space, program your crystals. What I would do then is I would write on a piece of paper what my goal is in my lucid dreaming. You can program this bowl to carry that goal, that intent, into the dream world with you. And then you put your piece of paper right inside this bowl right next to your bed. And then you light your incense and you go to sleep. And then make sure you have a journal so that you record your results in the morning. But that's pretty much how you would do a lucid dreaming ceremony, especially if you've never done it before and you're starting out. When you come out the next day, you want to make sure you cleanse everything, all the crystals, again, the bowl and the 2 bracelets. You put them, if you're not going to wear the bracelets during the day, you can put them in the bowl just to keep them active and charged for the next time. But you definitely want to cleanse them when you wake up and reprogram them, either for another lucid dreaming ceremony or reprogram them just for regular daily use. So I am so sorry that I went over by about 10 minutes. Today was the day of gab for me, I guess. Oh, sorry, this last kit, this one is called the Lucid Dreaming Kit, and it includes everything that you see here, and this is $72, and it is to train your lucid dreaming. And each one of these is going to have quite a few incense sticks, and you have 20 tea bags here. And, you know, Palo Santo lasts you a very long time. So if you're working on lucid dreaming, you probably shouldn't do it more than once a week. So this is going to last you a really long time. So this is not something that you're going to need to buy every month if you're doing it. You can probably buy this, and this whole thing will probably last you a year of working on lucid dreaming. So that's basically what I have for you guys for today. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Like I said, I'm going to be out of town Monday and Tuesday, but I will be more than happy to just answer questions. I just won't be able to send pictures until I get back in on Wednesday. But thank you so much for your time, for those of you who watched it, and I hope you all have a fantastic week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.